here in the chamber today, Ukrainian-Canadian world veteran from the Second World War who fought the Ukrainian independence against the Russians and continues to support the troops today, even at his age of 98. He's a Ukrainian hero, a Canadian hero, and we thank him for all his service.
That's Zelensky's wife. And this spreader prints out, looks like the wife of the president of Ukraine is having a hard times. What, you want to watch? Watch her. This is interesting. So this is when they were, was this when they were saluting the Nazi, you think? Or
I think so. It looks like.
Because that's that Christian Freeland, right? So her father's a Nazi. So so let's watch this.
I don't know why. I don't know why.
Oh, can you turn it up. Let's try it. Yeah. I didn't know there was music to this. Look, so what, Craig, what I get from this is look how happy Christian, the Nazi cheerleader, is behind. We are Naziing up.
Names. You had a Nazi in the House of Commons. Would you care to comment? Would you care to apologize? There was a Nazi in the House of Commons. I think resignations are in order.
You better step down. Office, and the Prime Minister's office saying they had no idea. It was up to the Speaker to invite whoever they want, and they had no idea, and they denounced it, of course. And the Speaker also taking full responsibility for this in the meantime. But maybe this is a gap that will now be bridged, that you know exactly who is coming in when it comes to an event of this magnitude.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Tam. And somebody had to know.
Unfortunately. You know, your government and the people in this building have called me and my friends and the likes of us white supremacists, Nazis, and a whole lot of terrible rhetoric has come out of this building. And now you guys hosted and applauded a member of the Waffen SS, an actual Nazi in this building. Is there going to be any accountability? Will anyone take accountability for what happened? Is anyone going to resign over this? There was an actual Nazi in this building, in the House of Commons.
Here's what I think should happen today. Anthony Rota, as Speaker, needs to step down. That's a mistake I'm not going to let go. He needs to step down. Secondly, the Prime Minister's office, that have passed the buck on this in every statement I've seen, I need like a 5 to 10 minute explanation from the Prime Minister today on this. Nothing happens in a ceremony like that without the PMO knowing. Nothing. The Parti Québécois, the Conservatives, Jagmeet Singh, no one has control over that. No one else has control over that. That's our Prime Minister. That's the Prime Minister's office. They're running that too. So I want an explanation from them, because that's ridiculous. Point 3, Google stuff. People around North America, within 3 minutes of that happening, went on Google and figured it out. I don't know what's going on in our nation's capital right now, but I've had it. And to everyone in the Liberal Party, I'm going to take a different route here. October of 2025 is scheduled to be our next election in this country, okay? I know there are people running the federal Liberals, and it's not just a cliche, you know, in the mahogany rooms with the cigars and the brandy who actually run things in that party. To all the people in that party, you are going to become third-party status in this election if this stuff keeps going on. This is an insult to a lot of people in this country on the eve of Yom Kippur. This happened on the eve of one of the holiest days on the calendar for a lot of Jewish people in this country. This is unacceptable, and stuff has to happen. And I don't want to see people hiding behind statements today. This is ridiculous, okay? I come out here and I rip on conservatives a lot. I can't let this go. This was lazy. This was ridiculous, and it put a lot of people in a bad spot, including Volodymyr Zelensky. I can't believe that took place, and there needs to be repercussions for that.
I wish to make a brief statement. I wish to apologize to the House. No one, including you, my fellow parliamentarians, or the Ukraine delegation, was privy to my remarks prior to their delivery.
Obviously, it's extremely upsetting that this happened. The speaker has acknowledged his mistake and has apologized. But this is something that is deeply embarrassing to the Parliament of Canada and, by extension, to all Canadians. I think particularly of Jewish MPs and all members of the Jewish community across the country who are commemorating Yom Kippur today. I think it's going to be really important that all of us push back against Russian propaganda, Russian disinformation, and continue our steadfast and unequivocal support for Ukraine.
The Ukraine war is a money laundering operation, and it's there to only put money in the pockets of the military-industrial complex, Wall Street, and the fossil fuel companies in the United States. It's all about liquefied natural gas and about shifting dependence on Russian energy to literally the United States. That's what this is about. And they don't care who they kill or screw over in the process. Well,
we must push back against Russian propaganda, says the man who's just sent a lifetime supply of gift-wrapped material to Russian propagandists.
As Speaker of the House of Commons, it has been my greatest honor as a parliamentarian to have been elected by you, my peers, to serve as the Speaker of the House of Commons for the 43rd and 44th Parliament. I have acted as your humble servant of this House, carrying out the important responsibilities of this position to the very best of my abilities. House is above any of us. Therefore, I must step down as your...
Well, most people with a basic education would be aware that Ukrainian soldiers fighting against Russia during World War II were Nazis. Yaroslav Hunka, who's now aged 98, served in the 14th Waffen SS division under Nazi command. I've no idea what he did or didn't do during the war, but I do know that he was a Nazi.
This is an international embarrassment for this country in a big moment, and there needs to be repercussions for that. Needs to be repercussions. Then we'll follow up.
I just want to say, when you mentioned the international embarrassment, it is something that has been picked up by news agencies right across the world. Absolutely.
Sure.
My timeline is full.
Yeah. You say use Google. If you type in House of Commons Canada, you are getting amounts of articles from international places.
And you're so right, Sid. Is Canada a nest for Nazis? Why is Canada rolling out a red carpet for a man who fought for them? These are questions I want to ask tonight. Let me start by saying Canadian politicians need a crash course in international diplomacy, or perhaps a masterclass in the art of global perception.